But first, we begin with breaking news within the last 3 hours. Georgia's governor just signed several education bills into law. That includes a controversial measure about what can be taught in public school classrooms and another streamlining the process to ban certain books in school libraries. 11 Alive's Brittany Klein-Peter just spoke with the governor incoming. Brittany, the timing of all this comes just days before early voting starts in Georgia's primary. We can't forget it is an election year.
That's right, Aisha. The timing is definitely questionable considering everything that's going on this week. But he did sign those 7 bills into law this morning out inside of this education building here in Forsyth County. He was surrounded by dozens of students, educators, as well as other elected officials. One of those bills, as you mentioned, is the Parents' Bill of Rights. According to the language in the bill, it prevents divisive concepts from being taught in the classroom and removes obscene materials from school libraries. Supporters say it increases transparency in Georgia's schools by guaranteeing parents can have access to teachers' instructional materials. Critics argue, though, it places an unnecessary burden on teachers and hurts the education system.
Standing up for the God-given potential of each and every child in our schools and protecting the teaching of freedom, liberty, opportunity, and the American dream in the classroom should not be controversial.
2 other bills that the governor signed into law today included one that will allow school athletic associations to ban transgender students from joining girls' teams. Another one will allow retired teachers to come back to the classroom full-time in high-need areas. And of course, I'm going to dig into those deeper coming up tonight at 5 and how they'll affect maybe you and your family. Aisha?
All right, Brittany, thank you so much. So just minutes after the governor signed those controversial bills into law, civil rights organizations condemned what they call censorship surrounding talks about race in the classroom. One Forsyth County parent weighed in this morning saying her children were never taught the history of the country and of the county there in Forsyth, and she believes it needs to be taught.
Public schools were created to educate the citizenry and to produce informed and civically engaged adults, not to cater to the individual parents' wants and preferences. Frankly, if you don't want your children to know that racism exists and is a serious problem, or that some students have 2 moms or 2 dads, then don't send your children to public schools.
11 Alive has done some extensive stories on the history there in Forsyth County. In this meeting, the Southern Poverty Law Center and ACLU outlined some new resources for students and parents to report how the new law impacts learning in their school districts.